Welcome back, everybody, to another Dragon Ball Tuesdays with Gotian's Games. I am your host, Gotian. Today, we are going to be discussing a couple of things here. To start with, we're going to be talking about the new episode of Dragon Ball Super that had Goku going to challenge and ask Android 17 to join the tournament team. Now, it's exciting to see Android 17 back. I like the fact that they went ahead and did a little explanation as to why he is no longer evil, or why he no longer has that desire to kill Goku. Pretty much when he was resurrected with the Dragon Balls, he turned good. All that evil desire that was in him disappeared in the same fashion that 18 did. 17 also, they went a little bit into his character, which I liked. It's something that they don't do that often, and when they do, it's awesome. It really is. They explained he's a park ranger, which is kind of funny. Team 4-Star had mentioned that in one of their videos, and I'm a big Team 4-Star fan. I like the stuff that they do. They're actually really good with going along with the story and making it comical. So that's always fun. Anyways, this video is not about Team 4-Star. This is about the episode that just passed of Dragon Ball Super. I was actually asked from someone before, why do I do Dragon Ball Tuesdays and not Mondays? The main reason why is because I watch the Dragon Ball episodes on Monday, and it's not because I don't get them on Sundays, because I can watch them on Sundays, or I can even watch the live streaming on Saturday. But I do it on Tuesdays because I wait for the episode to come out and I watch it on Monday when I'm at work. First thing in the morning when I get into work, it's generally slow. I go into work at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody there, so to keep myself awake and to keep myself entertained, I watch the latest Dragon Ball Super episode at 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So it gives me a little bit of time to mull over the episode, and so that way I can go over it with all of you in these videos. So 17 is a park ranger, so to speak. I mean, he's more like a wildlife a preservative person, where he protects the endangered species. That's what he's doing on that island. He's protecting the endangered species that live there. And the whole fight with Goku, he keeps on making it a point not to go all out because he doesn't want to destroy the island. That shows the nature that 17 has in him, that he's fully good now. He cares. Even when they're fighting the poachers, he makes it a point to Goku, don't kill anybody. Make sure they're alive. I don't want anybody to die. Sorry I sound congested. I'm getting over this cold. It sucks. It really does. I did a live streaming yesterday, which I deleted because I was just coughing way too much in there. It's... I like it because 17's now married. He has a family. He has kids. Two of his kids are adopted, which that's something cool that they brought in. Give a little bit of the mixed family in there. They don't show his kids. Hopefully they do down the line. They show his family, because that would be really cool. I'd love to see his family interacting with 18's family, with Gohan's family. It would bring something new, because again, it's been a long time since we've seen an evil character or a bad guy, villain, turn good. It's been a long time, and I'm not including Majin Buu in that, because Majin Buu's kind of a different story. For me, it's more along the lines of Piccolo and Vegeta, where they were villains and they turned good. You had that character development. Majin Buu doesn't really his character development from bad to good was very quick. You saw it with the puppy and Hercule, and that's where it happened. It's different when you come into characters like Piccolo and Vegeta and Android 17, where they are evil. They're doing things for their own selfish gains, and they kill people and things for fun. They're bad guys. They're villains, hands down. And they go through these character changes Piccolo's major character change was when he sacrificed himself with Gohan. Vegeta's major character change, in all honesty, was when he sacrificed himself as Majin Vegeta. That was his biggest pointing turn. So that goes to show you how I'm sick. That was his biggest turning point, was when he sacrificed himself as Majin Vegeta. Yes, he did things before that showed his character developing, becoming good, but it really wasn't until that point, because that was his first completely selfless act. And 17's character, we didn't get the chance to see him develop, but the fact that now he has a family, the fact that he's there on the island protecting it fully, to the point that he told Goku, I'm not joining this tournament because who's going to be there to protect the island? Yes, Goku mentions Trunks and Goten, but 17's like, it's more than just about power. You need to be able to take in consideration for other things. And that's true. Goten and Trunks, they're too young. And 17 does mention, I know Trunks, I don't know Goten. But at the same time, he doesn't know which Trunks Goku's talking about. For all he knows, he could be talking about future Trunks. And 17 didn't know that Trunks was from the future when he met him. So to him, he's thinking about adult Trunks, and not kid Trunks, which, when it comes to the point where 17 meets kid Trunks, I'd love to see that interaction, because 17, in his mind, he thinks Trunks is an adult. So there's a lot of things like that that's really cool. I can't wait to see the interaction between 17 and 18 when they come into battle. They're brother-sister combo. They're twins on top of that, because you have that twin connection. Where you finish each other's sentences and you think alike, and the stuff that they would bring into the battle when it comes to the battle royale, it's going to be awesome. And I can see, like, there's other differences too in combat, right? 17's combat or fighting style is more defensive now. Before, when he fought Piccolo and Vegeta and all that, he was more offensive, right? That fight with Piccolo is probably one of my top Dragon Ball fights, probably like top 5 for sure. Gohan Cell is number 1 for me. I'm not going to go into it in this video. Well, that's another video for another time. But yeah, like the fight with Piccolo and 17, it was a very brawler type of fight. Like, just less ki blast, more fists going through each other. I don't know how many times they raised each other's backs when they punched each other in the stomach. But it was just it was a really brutal fight. And now when 17's fighting Goku, it's more along the lines of it's a defensive fight. It really is. You see him using a defensive shield and all that stuff. He's very defensive. So I'm wondering if that's going to be in contrast to 18, who's going to be more offensive than defensive, which would be a good combo. I mean, I'd like to see if 17's able to extend that shield, and maybe they can use that to protect, like, characters like Roshi, who can use abilities like Mafuba, or Krillin, who could use, the solar flare. Those types of defensive abilities. That's awesome. I can't wait to see stuff like that. The other thing to mention, Dende, right? They showed things that we never saw before from Dende. Goku and everybody else, they can't sense the android's energies. It's like empty to them when they try to sense for them. Dende can locate them. I think that's really cool. Is that because Dende taps into the human spirit and the human soul as opposed to their ki? I don't know. They didn't really go into that, but Dende knew exactly where 17 was. And yes, they mention, because he's the guardian of Earth, he's constantly watching over them. But how does he watch over them? I mean, that's a question that they haven't tackled before. And the other thing too was Kami's lookout, which I guess would be Dende's lookout now, but Kami's lookout you've always thought like, okay, it's a floating palace type of deal, so obviously it moves. How does it move? Well, now we saw Dende moving it. He moved it over to where 17 was. So that's another cool thing. Like Dende's abilities as a guardian of the earth has grown tremendously, and I think that's awesome. Um, so the last thing I want to mention in this video is Oob. We had our first mention of Oob in Super. What does that mean for the series? That means we are getting to that point that we are bridging that gap in that 7-year period. I mean, obviously we've been bridging the gap in the 7-year period since Super started, right? But even more so, we had the birth of Pan, the birth of Bra, and now we have the birth of Oob. So Dende mentioned that a child was born with extremely high martial artist capabilities, and Goku seemed interested, but kind of not so much at first. And then Dende mentioned that was the resurrection of Majin Buu, the evil Majin Buu. So then we had a flashback of when Goku was saying, "I would love for you to come back one day as good, and that way, we can meet." The other thing that Dende mentioned was for Goku to be the one to train Oob when he comes, or when he comes of age. Goku declined it at first because he doesn't know how to become a teacher, which is true. He really is not a mentor. I mean, the only time we've ever seen him training anybody was with Gohan twice. The first time before the androids came in that 3-year time period, and the second time in the hyperbolic time chamber. Now, Goku's not a good teacher. You want a good teacher, you want to go to Master Roshi. You want to go to Piccolo. You even want to go to Krillin. Krillin would be a good teacher. I could see him one day becoming like Master Roshi's successor, because he's very like-minded with Master Roshi in the sense that he's an extremely gifted martial artist, and he thinks about how to defeat his opponent rather than just overpowering them like Goku does. Even Vegeta would be a good mentor one day. We saw a little bit of that in Kaba. I would love to see it more with Trunks. To be fair though, I would love to see Gohan training Trunks, because we had that future, that alternate future timeline where Gohan was future Trunks' mentor. I would love to see that happen in Super, especially since Gohan is coming back into martial arts. And he did train Goten a bit. So did Chi-Chi, by the way. Chi-Chi trained Goten, and then Gohan took over and trained Goten further. So I would love to see stuff like that. Dende mentioned to Goku that because he's a resurrection of the evil Majin Buu, that he still has that in him, and he needs someone to guide him. And in a sense, I could see Goku being a good candidate for that because he's pure-hearted. But honestly, and I know that it's canon for Goku to be Oob's mentor, because at the end of Dragon Ball Z, we had that 7-year flash forward into the future where they're fighting, him and Oob are fighting, and then Goku and Oob take off so that way he can train Oob. I know we had that. Honestly though, I wish they would retcon that, and I don't want, like, I wouldn't want Goku to be his full-on mentor. I really wouldn't. I don't think he is a good tutor. Goku has too much of a will to fight, and they've established that even more so in Dragon Ball Super, because he just wants to fight now. He's so excited about the Universal Tournament, the Tournament Power, because he just wants to fight so many different powerful beings that it's now at the point that Goku, for me, his heart is a little bit tainted. He honestly, he's gotten to that point that it's now he just wants to fight. Like, he's not fighting for things, regardless of how he says it to Gohan and everybody else, that he has something to fight for now to protect the Earth. let's be honest, he's fighting for himself. He's fighting because he wants to fight all these people. He's not fighting really so much for Gohan and all them. And 17 made a good point on it, where it's like, if we're all going to be erased, I don't care. So you know, that's something that we have established in the storyline for Dragon Ball Super now. So it's good. I mean, we're progressing in the story. We're getting closer to where the end of Z was. Again, I hope they retcon it, which they've done so many times with so many other things in Dragon Ball Super, such as the power scaling and all that stuff. Power levels don't matter anymore. Now they're getting down more into your skill as a fighter, which is awesome, and that's why they're bringing in characters like Krillin, Tien, and Master Roshi, because we're at the point that it's they want to show more experience. So yeah, that's our discussion today for Dragon Ball Tuesdays. If you like this discussion, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe. Man, I should really mess with these things. Subscribe down below, like Vegeta says. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let's discuss things further. I would love to interact more with you guys. And again, help this channel grow. We are new. Every Tuesday, we're going to be bringing you Dragon Ball content. I'm going to be doing Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle videos every day. So stay tuned for that. And, you know, tomorrow is going to be a video game review. So video game reviews are on Wednesdays. We're going to have anime reviews on Tuesdays. Fridays are going to be probably a wild card or live streaming. I haven't decided which. Saturdays is going to be live streaming. It's going to be at night. I'm going to set a schedule for all this stuff. Don't worry, eventually down the line. I mean, I'm still getting the room ready. I'm still getting everything ready. I'm getting over a cold. Sunday is going to be like a chill, relaxed day, like just kind of whatever I feel like doing type of video. And then Monday, so we're going to be at the every other Monday is an unboxing. So this upcoming Monday for next week is going to be an unboxing. What I'm unboxing, I'm not going to say until the video comes out. So stay tuned for that. And oh, on a side note, I managed to pick up a second Take Your Heart edition for Persona 5. I'm excited about that. That was cool. Am I unboxing it? Hell no. I have a very bad habit of buying 2 copies of every game. One copy I used to open up, and then the other copy I keep sealed, locked away somewhere else. I call it my retirement fund. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. This is Gotian's Games. I am Gotian. I will see you tomorrow or later on today in another video. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow for my video game review. What are we reviewing? I don't know yet. I did 2 reviews on 2 different Final Fantasies. I'm going to break away from that. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.